Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I have been doing this for 50 years. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been doing taxpayer defense for 4 decades. Yes, I've been doing this for 50 years, and don't I look good? I have a whole team of former IRS agents. I've been on the news often. You can look at all my national broadcasting clips and my whole team of former agents on 777irs.com. I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know really within a 7-minute, a 5-minute period of time. I do these videos for 3 reasons. First of all, my son asked me to do these a couple years ago. I said no, I'm too old for YouTube. I got about 5,600 subscribers today. I tell you the truth. I'm very honest. I give you insider information. We are experts in the offer and compromise, just so you know. Peter Salinger in my office has worked 2,500 plus offers and compromise. He was an offer and compromise supervisor. Not only did he work them, he recommended like I did. I'd worked the offer program years before Peter did. We are the kings of the offer and compromise. That's exactly what we are. We don't file a lot of offers and compromise because many people don't qualify for offers and compromise. There's this really big advertising craze. Settle your debt for pennies on a dollar. We can do this, we can do that. The truth is, many of these companies are just trying to get your money. Then after a year, oops, IRS didn't accept your offer. God, we don't know what happened. Well, we know basically if you're going to work in offer and compromise, if we take a case on, I look at the financial statement you're going to turn into IRS. Between Peter and myself, I don't know how many offers we work. We're going to know immediately whether your offer is going to go down. So we only take cases when we know your offer and compromise is going to be accepted. If not, we'll tell you what else you can do. But maybe I'd say 1 out of every 15 or 20 cases we take, because we're not going to rip you off. We don't even take money unless we know we can help you, just so you know. That's just really enough about us. I want to get in today what I need to tell you about the necessary living expenses that people, if you owe money to the IRS, especially if you're going to do an offer, I'm only going to focus today on the necessary living expenses. The IRS, the offer specialist like me or Peter, whoever's working them, they're looking at 2 things. They're looking at the value of your assets and they're assigning that value. Now, where you can negotiate IRS, and the only place you're going to negotiate is the value of those assets. Is the value correct? So the things that you can change as well, what price did they put on your house? Do you have that equity that they're saying, or really is it less? You can challenge and negotiate that for the offer. But for the necessary living expenses, IRS goes on a fixed chart, and that's what I'm here to talk to you today about. When IRS looks at your income and your expenses, there's 2 columns. There's your living expenses that you're putting down, and if you look at the 433A, which I love for people to look at, if you pull that document out while we're talking, just pause me here, pull out the 433A and go to page 4. Once again, if you're listening to this video and you'll want to learn, go to page 4 of the 433A by itself. Page 4 of the 433A will have your income on one side and your expenses on the other. IRS is going to look at your expenses that you say you put down, but IRS is going to go ahead for IRS use. They're going to take those expenses out and they're going to put the ones that they want in. You must know this as far as you're concerned if you're filing an offer and compromise. This is key. This is going to big because this blows up everyone's offer and compromise. IRS has a standard and a chart that they're going to allow. So when you look for IRS use only, you're going to have to go ahead in your Google bar or whatever your browser you're using and say IRS national expense for housing and utilities. IRS, that page will populate what they're going to allow for you to put in there. You can't put in a free-for-all what you want. Then they're going to look for next toolbar, IRS, national expenses for housing and utilities. It's going to populate you to a state. From there, you got to go to your county, and then you put in how many people are living in the household, and IRS is going to limit you to that. Once again, IRS, national standards for housing and utilities. It pops up a state. You pull up the state, you pull up your county, and you pull up how many people are living in your house. That's what IRS is going to allow, not what you have. Then IRS is going to look at your car payment or payments. Put in your toolbar, IRS national expenses for owner operation of a vehicle. And then you will do that for owner operation of a vehicle. So you've got the owner payment of a car, what you paid for the car, what they allow for the car, and what they're going to allow you to drive. Those are the two things that you're looking for. Once you, in fact, go ahead and do that, IRS is fixing you there. IRS will allow the rest of your national standards for instance, life insurance will be modified. They allow your dental, your insurance payments. They will allow for alimony and child support. They allow 100%. So if you're going to do an offer and compromise on yourself, you better know the IRS national standard, or you're going to get booted, and you've just extended your statute more than a year plus. Well, I shouldn't say, they may reject it right away. If you get to the end of the offer and they haven't looked at it, you had your IRS offer rejected a year plus the time it was an offer status. We are experts in the offer and compromise. If you owe a little amount of money, do the damn offer yourself. If there's not a lot of equity in things and you're not making a lot of money. If you make large dollars and you have larger expenses, you better hire a firm or you're going to get booted. Remember, an offer and compromise is not filing the offer the day you get in the offer. If you want to get the lowest settlement, usually that person who works the offer, like us, we're going to do some things to the financial statement and look at what changes that we legally can make, and then we'll submit the offer when it's the best time. We are the best firm for offers and compromise, flat out. No one has worked as many offers as we have. If you find them, let me know. Anyway, give me a subscription. I try to give you all the information you need to be successful in what you do. Why do I need this subscription? Because YouTube, believe it or not, values us. That's why everyone on YouTube wants subscriptions. That's what's important to YouTube, so it's important to me. Leave me comments. I thank you for listening. I'm sorry this went longer, but now you know the truth.